Good morning. Today we will start effects of inflation on distribution. It is very important to understand because we are also included in this group. All right. The first point, debtors and creditors. Now debtors and creditor because means ones who lend money and one who takes money. Clear? They are known as debtors and creditors as well. Now during inflation, debtor every time tends to gain. Why? Because when he took that time, what happened? The value of money was something else. But because of inflation, it increased. And at the time of receiving, creditor lose because the purchasing power of the money decrease, falls. And because of that, the debtor gains and the creditors, they lose. But one very important thing is there, when debtor gain, why? Because now they will have to pay very less in terms of goods and services. But the purchasing power of money is very high when they borrowed, but low at the time of returning. And when they are returning, so obviously creditors who give money to the lenders who give money to the debtors, that time they take the money, and which is very less in comparison to the earlier when they have given. So you can understand debtors every time they gain and creditors they lose. Clear? Second important point is wage and salaried class or fixed income group. All are same. Wage means daily earner, salaried means monthly earner, fixed income means you are working somewhere and you are getting the fixed income. Now what happens to them? They are the loser. Alright. During inflation they suffers a lot. Now you'll say, sir, how? Reason is, see, my salary maybe is 20,000 rupees. It will be 20 that time also when the inflation was not there, and it will be 20 that time also when inflation is there in the market. You can understand, suppose in 20,000 I spent maybe 19,000 per month and 1,000 I am saving. But during inflation, I'll have to pay for all those commodity which I consumed in 19,000, 21,000 rupees. Now from where I will give 2,000 extra. Now I'll say, sir, your salary is 20,000. Then also, I was saving 1,000. Now I will not save 1,000, but 1,000 more I need. From where I will get that money? Because salaried people cannot go every time to the boss and cannot ask to increase the salary, or any fixed income group people, or the wage earner daily they cannot change. Because suppose people is working, whitewashing is going on in your house and they are working, I will be taking every day 400 rupees. And now suddenly tomorrow the inflation is there in the market. Now what will happen? If that person will come to you and will ask, I will be taking 500, you will pay. You will say no. We already discussed in 400 rupees per day. Now you cannot take 500. The same thing is there. These class people, wage earner, salaried class and the fixed income group, they lose or they are the sufferer during the inflation because their need will be the same. Need will be the same, but the problem will be where? Because to fulfill that, he needs more money. The same thing, same need. He needs more money. From where he will be getting? That is the major problem for the salaried class, wage earner and the fixed income group. Now the third one is business community. Now business community, because they have the flexible income. Someday they are earning 5,000, someday 2,000, someday 1,000, someday nothing, someday 10,000. These people, they comes under flexible earning. Now businessmen like entrepreneurs, traders, producers, they gain. They every time gain during inflation. Now how? Because the prices of all of their inventories. Inventories means all the stocks which they keep at home. The stock, the goods and the raw material, it goes up. Now when the rate will go up of all these commodity, obviously you will be selling your product in a very high cost. You have purchased, one small example I can give you. Suppose you purchased raw material for the make fan, and that cost you approximately 300 rupees, and including your service charge that you are paying to the workers, maybe 100 rupees, 400 rupees you are making one fan. All right, and you want profit 100 rupees, you are selling in the market in 500. Now suddenly what happens? Inflation is there in fan. Now if the inflation is there in the fan, what will happen? You have a stock, you will take out that stock only which you have purchased in a very low price. But today, the same stock cost is too much in the market. You will be charging public the present cost, not the past cost. Now what will happen? If suppose in the market that same fan is sold in 600 rupees, obviously you will also sell in 600 rupees only. Now you tell me, earlier you were earning 100 rupees, now you are earning 200 rupees. This means as a businessman, as a flexible income you have, you will be earning 100 rupees more in the same price, because you have taken out the raw material or the inventories which you are there or the stock which you are having, you are taking out that and you are selling. But for those things you have paid very less amount when you have purchased, but you are earning now only because inflation is there. This is the first point. Second, you know what happens in inflation? The price rise. Now when price rise, what happen? Rate is very fast. Rate is very fast. Obviously the cost of production will also increase. Now you'll say, sir, when the cost will increase of all the commodity, the people who are working, they will be charging more. Yes, they will charge more, but not every time. Na? Not every time. Suppose in the month of March they got salary, hiked salary. In April, if inflation is there, they cannot ask again if we want more salary. They cannot ask. Because every month, if you are forcing your boss to pay you more money, it is not possible. They will not able to pay you. Clear? Because of that, they earn very good amount. Third point, they are generally borrowers of money for business purposes. Obviously, what happens? They are the borrowers. All right. When they borrow money, at the time of inflation, they'll have to pay very less. Less means that time value of money is very less. So obviously they are the earner. Just now I said debtors and creditors. The same point is the third point. Clear? Now come the fourth point. Fourth is investor. Now investor means one who invests money. Now remember, one who invests money in a fixed rate. All right. They are not earning good amount. They are the losers. But one who invests money in shares, all right, or in that type of market which is going up and down as per the market, or it is depends on the market, that type of people, they are the earner. All right, they earn very good amount, because investors, what happens? Inflation has a mixed effect. Not very good effect, not very bad effect for the investors when inflation is there in the market. Why? Because in two type of investors are there in the market. One investor, they want the fixed interest, all right, like bond, debenture, deposit in the bank, all these type of, they have the fixed and they are the losers. Whereas few people are there, they want to invest in shares of the company which tend to gain during inflation. Obviously, I don't know how many of you have seen during COVID, all right, the share market has gone down, but today you can see it crossed 45,000. One who invested money in the COVID time, they are billionaire today within a few months. All right, they are the billionaire. Why? Because people are there, they are purchasing not one or two share. The people are there to purchase lakh shares per day. Now one who purchased, like one company was there which was taken over by Ramdev Baba, Soya Chunk. You will not believe that company's share was only 20 rupees per piece. One share was costing 20 rupees. All right. And after 4 months or 3 months, the price rise to gone up to 1500 rupees. Now one who purchased that one, you can understand how much he earned or she earned. So this is how, if you are investing money in the shares and during inflation time, obviously you will be earning more, and the person who is investing money for the fixed interest, they will be the losers. Last point, very important, farmers. Farmers. Now, what do you mean by farmers? Actually, what happens? Farmers also, they gain. They also gain. How? Because during inflation, what happens? Whatever the product they have, they can sell in a high price, because the cost of rice, pulse, everything increases in the market, and they can sell in a high price. So obviously, they are the earner, but the farmers are debtors. They have borrowed money, they have taken money from the creditors. Now, at that time, what happens? Their fund, whatever they are earning more, it is going to them only, because just now I said debtors and creditors, they gain during the inflation, and the creditors, they lose. Clear? And because of that, what happens? During inflation time, they tend to gain from this also. This means two incomes they are getting. First income by selling the product in a high cost. Second, as they are the debtors, obviously they will be earning more and more during this inflation. And basically, we have in our own country, I'm talking about India today, presently, because in our country we have small farmers, all right, do not gain anything during inflation. Why? Because major portion of their produce they are keeping for their self-consumption or for their family members, because they check first they should get food to eat. Now what happens? Because of this, they are not producing too much, because they are small farm they have, small land they have, and they are producing very less, and because of that, they cannot sell in the market. They will not able to earn, and they are the loser also. Why? Because they will have to purchase all other commodity which they are not growing, and the price of all those commodity is too much in the market as per the inflation. But they are the loser. Why? Because they are paying more money, and whatever the price increase they have to sell, but how they will sell? They have kept all those things for the self-consumption. This is the major problem for them. And because of that, remember that this three important point of the farmers, that during inflation, what happens? If you have good production with you, you can sell and you can earn, first point. Second, they are the debtors. Obviously, they will gain during the inflation. And the third one, that is small farmers are there. And because of that, what happens? They are keeping the goods for the self-consumption. They cannot sell, and they also lose. All right, this is all about inflation. Today we completed this chapter. Next day, we'll start something else.